This ain't nothing new, you know just what we're doing. Life's hard, but we're gonna make it through it. Life's hard, but we're gonna make it through it. You can't stop this train. You know we not doing it for the fame, but up in the city, people knowing the name. Cause we don't stop, won't stop, yeah, we keep it rolling. Don't stop, won't stop, yeah, we keep it going.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of A Break with Jake. This is episode 2, and 2 is my lucky number, so I had to bring a special guest. I got Shaylen in the building. How you feeling, girl?
You're really good at that.
Thank you so much.
Like, I get it now.
Hey,
like,
here we are.
Really good.
I was thinking about it. I always say how we feeling. Shaylen, how we feeling? She's in the building.
I was
said,
like, oh my God.
This is perfect. This is perfect. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm wonderful. The sky is, kind of cloudy.
It's a weird moment,
Yeah.
but it's I want it to rain though. I love the rain.
Yeah, I can get down with the rain too.
Big rain
girl. But no, I'm good. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Oh my God, thank you for asking.
You're
I'm also
killing it.
really honored that I'm number 2.
I mean, this is big. We've let me just tell you, we met like a week ago, maybe for like 5 minutes. So we really don't know each other.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but we were talking before this, and 222 is both our numbers. That's big. That's big. So it already set the vibes off right. But I just kind of wanted to dive in and figure out your story and how you're doing. And I've just seen a lot of cool stuff on you, and I didn't know who you were. So again, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And I want to dive in first with where are you from? Where's it start for you? Where's the roots?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chat shit, baby.
Not too far at all. And
Not too far.
Did you stay there? How long were you there? And did you move around?
So I grew up there till I was about 7, and then I moved to Dallas. And grew up in Allen.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really familiar. I'm from Oklahoma, so that's.
I spent a good amount of time at OSU.
Oh,
and my
okay.
daddy's from Stillwater.
Okay, I grew up 40 minutes from Stillwater.
Shut up. Look at us all connected.
This is perfect.
This is great.
It's how it goes. Okay, super cool. So, you were in Dallas, and then what was the move after Dallas? And Allen. And
So yeah, that's where it gets a little crazy. I obviously have done music my whole freaking life.
Amazing.
But I fell into this pop group when I was super young, and we were like a Christian pop group at first.
Love that.
And then we switched over to just pop group. We got signed to like the Jonas Brothers management. We had a TV show on Stars Kids and Family. So then I had to move to Michigan for a year to shoot 26 episodes.
Wow.
Which was wild. I was like 15.
Insane.
So I left school. I was homeschooled. And then when I was turning 17, Young Money, Cash Money signs us.
Oh my God, come on, dude.
Which doesn't make any sense when I look back at it. It was the first pop group they'd ever signed.
Wow.
So, I
love that.
It was it doesn't, when I look back at it, I'm like, who let us do that?
No,
like,
100%.
Why would we do
most
that?
Most things in life is like, how did that one go down?
That didn't use. So
anyway, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot. But it's incredible. What a start. So then you're in Nashville now.
Yep.
How do you get here?
So we got shelved pretty fast once they realized that the budget for pop music versus hip hop is very different. Like you can't put a pop album on DatPiff or mixtape.com.
Totally.
You have to have the budget for radio. So we didn't go, we got shelved instantly.
Wow.
So when I turned 18, I was like, that's it. I got to go out to LA. Like the group has to come. Like we got to do it. They all came out and then they went back home in like 6 months. And I stayed out there and I was like, I got to do this.
That's wild.
Yeah. I was too young to be in LA. That was crazy.
And how old were you when you?
18.
Wow.
Yeah. My parents were like, yeah, I know you're going to do what you're going to do. And I was like, yeah, I'm out. I got to go.
What a yeah, that's a lot. I was there for trips. I got signed there when I was 21 and I still felt like I was too young. So being 18, that had to
crazy.
That had to be extreme.
It was wild. I was still signed to them for I have my release date on me because it was that big of a day. I was like, I'm out, baby.
It's like getting out of jail,
I was like,
baby.
the key back to my freedom, which now looking back, these look like all prison tats, but it's fine.
I think they're dope.
Thank you.
Yeah,
this one's real bad. Like, we're not even going to talk about her. It's cool.
It's a vibe.
It's fine.
It's a vibe. Yeah, that's wild. So you're in LA at 18.
Yep.
Trying to figure it out, I'm assuming.
So I'm shelved. I'm stuck. I can't get out of this. I, at this point, realized, I don't really know how to write a song that well.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I could do, because this was at the point where Young Money was getting sued by everybody. So
I remember that.
No one would send me a demo, nothing. And I was just like, I don't know how to write a song by myself. So basically, I got on SoundCloud. I fell into heavy like EDM. Like I was like, I'm just gonna be an EDM feature girl. Like I'm gonna figure it out. So they all sent me these tracks that like looking back when I will never, no one will ever hear these because it's bad.
I'm
like,
so with you on that. I got old stuff that
no one needs to hear it.
Let's just keep that one between us and our mom and dad, who probably told us.
Peggy Sue's not even allowed to hear them. That's my mom. We love her.
Mama Peggy Sue is not allowed to hear it.
Baby.
That is wild. Yeah. I feel that though.
You know?
You're trying to figure that out.
Tried to figure it out. I studied like everybody that you could think of, and then I started to like slowly figure it out.
Wow.
And it landed me my first publishing deal with Pulse in, I think I was like 23, 24.
Incredible.
And then long story, like I'm making this the shortest version possible.
No, I love this. This is what you're here for. I want to hear it.
It's a long
I don't know
story.
anything. We don't know anything about each other.
Here we are, baby.
This is perfect.
Here we are.
I love it.
But yeah, I got signed for I figured out how to write a song. I got progressively better.
Yeah.
And then I was doing pop music this whole time.
Love
by
that.
The way.
Yeah.
Even though I grew up on country, you know what I mean? Like
I feel it.
It was in my soul.
100%.
But I fell into a situation out there with management and stuff that was like, you can't leave, like you can't go anywhere. I was like, okay, cool. Like, so I learned how to write a song, got really good at it, and then get signed to Republic in 2018.
Yeah. In LA.
Yeah, in LA. They were freaking amazing. Everything was like ready to go. Like I had a radio single, I had like the album ready to drop, and then COVID happened.
Yo. Damn COVID.
And I was like, well, shit. So I took a step back from music, and I was, because there's so much more to it as far as like, I was surrounded by really not great people.
Totally.
I was being told like, you need to look like this, you need to do that.
Yep.
Like there was one point, I think there was a conversation of like, maybe we should shave your head for your music to work. And
right.
I'm like, what?
Wild stuff.
Like what?
Just not getting to be yourself.
It was just, I remember thinking like my soul and all of this is not lining up. The music I'm making is like, it's good, but I'm not in love with it.
That sucks.
That was the first time in my whole life I'd felt that. Like
that sucks. When you know it's a good song, but you're not connecting with it.
And I was like, if I can't connect, how could anybody else?
Bang. That's exactly what I was gonna say. So
you can't.
That's exactly. You got to be able to feel it, and if it's not real, people are gonna find it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's so cool. So we get sent into this quarantine.
Yes.
Where? Because you said the country's in your soul. It's where you grew up. How do we? Because I've heard some of the songs. Girl, the voice is crazy.
Thank you.
I hear the roots. It's so natural.
Thank you.
How do we get to where you kind of cross over a little bit?
So I met my now manager that's freaking amazing.
Shout out
to Tommy.
Come on, Tommy boy.
We met in passing at my old management's house.
Okay.
He was like, you should really think about going to Nashville and just, because my management at that point during COVID and everything, like nothing was working. They're like, no one knows what to do with you. You're never going to work. You need to just write for people. And I was like, I was so brokenhearted at this point.
100%.
And I was just like I remember there was a conversation and like he looked at me and he was like, your lyrics, if somebody with a massive platform was singing them, they'd be profound. He was like, but you just sound like a screw up. And I was like, well, that's the most depressing thing I've ever heard.
Damn. Yeah.
I was like, okay. So he agreed, my old manager agreed to let me go out to Nashville. But it was on the terms to write for other people.
Wow.
And Tommy was like, I think you're making a huge mistake by letting her do that, but okay. So he brought me out here. He knows this guy, Ilya Tashinsky. Ilya opens up his Rolodex. My first session ever in Nashville is with Seth Ennis, Lindsay Rhymes, Phil Barton, and myself.
Oh, what a great little squad.
And we wrote What If I Don't, which is my first song that ever came out.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
So it's got to feel... If you have, that's the first song. This is right.
It was like, I left
moment.
that session and I sobbed my eyes out because I was like, I finally fell back in love with it. I finally like I get chills thinking about it because I'm like, this was where I was supposed to be. But sometimes God's timing is like, it's not your timing.
That's what it is. I think that's a big thing. It's like because I'm the same way. So we don't have, they're kind of similar stories, but it's to where I was doing pop music at first.
Okay.
Going to LA.
Yep.
But before that, I was playing college basketball.
No way.
And I hurt everything in my knee.
No.
I rehab and get back. I'm making a short story. I rehab to get back and play. A week later, we get sent into quarantine. So then it's like, okay I'm not going to play basketball for a long time.
Yep.
let me really chase this music thing. And I spent time in LA, but same thing. I grew up in a small town in Oklahoma, and the roots. At the end of the day, I mean,
it's just where you're at.
It is,
like
and
the
it's
South is. I love it.
I do too.
I love the South.
It just made more sense to be here. So that's so cool to hear your story. So then you have this first song, and it feels right.
I was just like, no, because I also was going like I thought that I was gonna marry this person. Then I saw all of a sudden like that breakup led to what if I don't, and it was just like my heart and soul was in it. I remember leaving that session thinking like, I am so down whatever I need to do to be a vessel, but like I don't think somebody else is supposed to sing this.
Oh, love that. That.
I went back, I asked Republic, I was like, listen, I am gonna switch over to country. Like there's no doubt in my mind that I have to do this.
Yeah.
I was like, let's do this together, or like what are the options?
Totally.
And they were like, listen, we just want to see you win, and they let me walk.
Vibes.
And then that management, we parted ways, and I put the song out in July of last year.
Yeah.
I hadn't moved here yet. My lease was up a couple days later, and I was just like, I don't know anybody. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to move. And I moved.
Feel that.
And then, I put it out independently. The song like is about to go like, I think it's like 20 million streams across the board,
Incredible.
which I'm freaking out.
Yeah, that's insane.
I was just like, this doesn't, what?
Yeah, it's wild. But at the end of the day, because I've heard that song, it's you. I mean, and I think people they feel it. And when you can feel the music and also relate to it, because it just sounds like when y'all were writing that song, it just felt like y'all needed to write that song. It was right.
You know those sessions when you walk out, you're like, yeah.
That wasn't songwriting, that was therapy.
Oh, and I also like black out, I think, when I write these, because I'm like, that didn't come from that. Like, what? You know what I mean?
I feel that. And I think any songwriter, anyone watching this will understand 100%. That. You can really black out in a session,
it's
and
crazy.
Not in an alcoholic way.
Just like literally sober. I was sober at 9 a.m.
100%.
You know what I mean?
So that's really cool. Yeah. Amazing. So you're here, it's 2023.
Yeah.
You have a lot of really exciting stuff. I want to ask you.
Yes.
I was going through, because we met, like I said, a couple weeks ago.
The BMI thing, right?
Yes, and you were an energy bunny. We're both energy bunnies. I was like,
I'm crazy.
I was like, we're going to get along just
100%.
Fine. So,
which I think also Katie, my friend, said is like, small world.
Small world.
She was like, do you want to work with them even though we can't? And I was like, I think this is the same Jake. That's
yes,
like,
yes,
yes. What's happening?
It was so random, but it was
meant
like,
to be.
It was. So I was talking to Joel, my manager, about guests, and I was like, oh, Shaylen's going to be perfect.
Here
we are.
Here we are.
But I was diving into your songs, and I heard one that I really loved. I think it came out in January, Do It Right the First Time. And I just wanted to give your props on the songwriting with that, because like, if y'all haven't heard it, go listen. She's talking to her mom and her grandparents and asking, how did you find like this true love? And in the bridge, you flip it perfectly written where you're the mama, and you're like, I'm going to tell my people, if you do it right the first time,
you don't have to do it again.
Don't have to do it again. So, no, I really connected with that, and I was jamming it. I have 2 roommates, and they're like 30 years old, and we were bopping it. So
let's go, baby.
It goes over on our end, too. I love it.
I got to send you the new one that's coming out.
Come on, I'm ready. I want to hear like what with that song, because I think that one's going to keep going. It's
I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. What was that like writing that song? I really want to know.
Katie and Chris and myself
Vibes.
And Sean.
Great room.
It was. They're just the best. They're the freaking best. We have so many songs together that I adore them.
Yeah.
It was crazy because Sean had come in. We talked about it one time before.
Yeah.
Of like the similar situations, and like he was talking about like how his dad would always say, like, you better load the lawn.
No,
you
I
better
feel you.
mow the lawn.
Yeah.
The first time around, like, do it right so that you don't have to go back and do it again.
I used to do that. I used to mow the lawn wrong all the time.
Fold the clothes right, like, because I'm gonna make you do it again. Like, it was always a thing.
It's truth.
And then I remember going to my grandparents after the breakup, because I was like, you guys have been together 75 years. You're both 96, and it's just like they're still alive. They're still together.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, like, because I asked my mom, like, about love and situations. And she's like, girl, your dad and I aren't together. So like, that's dumb. And I was like, you prove a valid point. Like,
right.
You prove a valid point. So I flew to see them in South Carolina, and I sat down with them, and I was just like, what is it? And he said that. And I just remember like we had both talked about it in a previous session. And then that day we came in and we are like, we're going to write that song today.
Yeah.
So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Was it one of the, if you remember, was it a quick write or was it like, it took a little bit?
It took a minute because the end part, we were like, how do we tie it all together?
Great flip.
Yeah.
Well, y'all killed that. So,
yeah, thank you.
No, it's amazing.
I appreciate you.
I think that one's going to keep going. And then I've heard some new ones you're working on, which I'm super excited about.
Thank you.
You're going to keep killing that.
Thank
you. Yeah, what a crazy story. So, and I also want to give you props because I come from like a pop world too.
Yeah.
It's really cool how you've crossed over, but like you haven't, the pop, there's still pop melody.
I wouldn't trade it for the world as far as like, I love it.
It's so good.
I try so hard to like, I think that's what I love about, because I also, there's like so many, there's pop, but then I also flew to Korea for X amount of years to write K-pop for artists that like,
wow,
that was wild. Like I had one of the biggest songs in 2017 over there. That
incredible.
Was like crazy. It was crazy.
No, that's insane. You were in Korea?
Yeah, Seoul. I would get flown out there to write for like the biggest groups.
What do they eat out there?
The Korean barbecue out there is like on another level.
That's a real thing.
Oh my God. Like the meat is
just... I can mess up some of that.
Like you realize how messed up our meat is here. Like it's stuffed. I don't even want to know. I don't
heard about that. What is like the what's the alcoholic beverage of choice in Korea? What are they getting down on?
They love soju. It's like vodka.
Hello.
It's like this rice vodka or something.
Yeah.
I got.
Okay. So
and let me tell you,
Korean dude, I might. Can you get that here?
I believe you can.
Edge was about to go get us some right now.
Get soju, baby.
No, that's freaking awesome. Wow. So it's wild. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. Incredible, but it's crazy. It feels like you've lived like 10 lives.
Oh, I honestly, when I think about it, I feel like I have.
Yeah, and you should just like be proud of where you're at, because dude, there's so many. It just seems like where you've been, LA, the Korea, you've done Michigan, you were everywhere. You could have got lost in the sauce a lot of times.
I almost did.
I feel you.
There was November 2nd, 2019. That was like, that was the day.
But the fact that you got out of that.
We got out.
And you're here right now, crushing. And you should really like be proud of yourself.
I'm trying.
No, you should, because that's just super dope.
I'm proud of everybody that's in music, because I don't think people realize how hard it is.
Dude, you ain't lying.
You know, and I don't think people realize that, one, nowadays you are everything. Like you are a social media manager. You're a stylist. You're all these things that I think that was the blessing and the curse of coming from that era of music, because like I remember when we first got signed and people ran our social media, people like I'm being dressed by all these different people, like all of these things, and it wasn't about like how crazy of a character on social media you are, like what's the most extreme thing you can do. Like it started to become less and less about the music these days.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fact. No,
which is why I love country.
Wow.
And why I love Nashville.
No, it's pretty much all about that. It is.
It's only about the music.
The lyrics, the story. It's and that's so true. That's so much different than any other genre.
It's crazy.
Not shitting on the other genres,
no,
but it's
not
like,
at all.
But it's like the country, that is so special.
It is so special, which is why I like the story. I remember the first time I heard Whiskey Lullaby and I was like,
Hello.
Stay by Sugarland.
Dude. I mean that's therapy in a song.
Oh, I remember my parents were getting divorced, and Stay was like, I'll never. I was just in my car, look out the window. I was like, what?
Dude, 100%.
Like, I thought it was in a music video.
Bro, when I was growing up, that was me. Anytime I was on a road trip and there was country on the radio.
Dramatic.
Oh, I'm out. I'm looking out the window and I'm acting like that's me. I swear to God, that was me. And I was singing the words, just like that was my song. And that was cool that we're actually doing this now. And people might be doing that to our songs.
Right.
Full circle. I think about it all the time.
That's actually crazy.
No, I've thought about it and I'm like, there's probably people doing that right now.
That's wild.
And I want them to know that I used to be me. And you're special. That's what I think. So you said, I want to get into this real quick.
Yes,
you said you've been doing music like your whole life.
Whole life.
How does that start? Did they do music? How did you get into, what's your first memory of like, damn, I love music. This is it right here.
You know what's crazy is, so my parents were the FBI. So yeah, my dad was like an incredible undercover agent. He's retired now, but they met in the FBI. Nobody in my family does music. Like,
Same.
Some like they can carry like kind of a tune.
Yeah.
And
play 3 chords.
literally, like they don't do music. Like my dad always had music going, but like
Totally.
it wasn't. Yeah, nobody sings in my family.
Felt that.
So I remember like my mom always says when Amazing Grace used to come on and she was pregnant with me, like I would start like kicking and all the things, and I'm like, that's me, baby.
I think I agree with those statements because
me.
I think that's a real thing.
I don't remember it, but
I mean, my mom, whenever she was pregnant, she used to crave McDonald's fries, and I can down some of them bitches. So I think that passed along to me because I love me some McDonald's.
I love McDonald's. There is crack in them.
Unless you get the soggy kind, then I'm out of here, baby.
I can't do that.
I need some crunch on them things.
With the extra salt.
Hello,
like,
put the extra. Yeah,
I wake up the next day, my eyes are like real small. Like it's fine.
I got a fry hangover, baby. I feel you. So no one does music in your family. How do you?
No.
When's your first instrument? What do you do? How do you get? I want to know. Let's go.
Let's see. When I was like really little, like, because there's videos, like I'm sitting there with a cassette tape on my head, like I'm all over, like I have like a little guitar I'm playing, like, and my parents were like, oh, that's cute, like, it's cute. But then I remember my first solo, I begged to have just like one of the solos during offering, and I remember this, like,
love this.
I remember this too, like I can smell what was happening. And it was Miss June Frank gave me my first offering.
Miss June Frank,
we
baby.
love Miss June.
Come on, June.
I remember she gave me this solo, and it was Bringing in the Sheaves is what it was called. And
wow.
I was singing this song, and I was probably terrible, by the way. Like
No.
Terrible.
I love it. I grew up in church singing too.
You know what I mean? Like you
got
to start somewhere.
You have to.
Gotta start somewhere.
I'm assuming it wasn't on film. No one was filming you.
It is on film, and I gotta find it because my mom has like hundreds of VHS.
I'm scared to watch my like 5-year-old, 6-year-old days, but it's probably cute.
I just did, and I was like, okay, she's cute.
It's kind of cute.
She's cute.
Look
like,
where you are now.
Fine.
Right. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
No, you're fine.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I remember singing, and I remember like looking at everybody in the face, and like I was nervous, but I was also like, I don't know, the feeling of like God and like the whatever you want to call it. It was in that moment that I was like, oh, I got to do this the rest of my life.
Ooh.
It was crazy.
How old were you?
I was like 6.
Yeah, when you know, dude.
And I remember ever since then, I was like, I need to be in piano lessons. I need to be in vocal lessons. I did every theater thing you could think of. I wanted to end up on Broadway originally because I love Broadway.
Incredible. I love that.
I love anything I could do. I ended up in this like after school program. Like I didn't have friends. I would literally just go do anything.
This was your thing.
This was my life. Besides soccer, I love soccer.
Soccer's great. Just went to a soccer game.
Let's go, baby.
Cool as hell. I love that. But anyways, that's insane.
It was great. So that's my first like
baby.
Yeah.
Like 5, 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I can remember, like, I can't remember a lot in my childhood, but I do remember that.
What a special moment. And
it's crazy.
It's literally one of those when you know things.
I just knew it, and I was so hell bent on it for the rest of my life, like, which is why I'm crazy enough to have now it's here.
Totally.
But like that's 20 years of my life. Like that's
a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and just to see you at 28 still going, it just shows this is it.
And it's funny because that saying of like right when you're about to give up, like is when it's probably gonna happen.
Bang.
I tell anybody that's watching this that like if you are at that point, just don't.
I mean,
man, if you feel it right here,
go.
Because I started thinking COVID. I was like, what else would I do? Yeah. And I was like, I literally can't imagine doing anything else.
No, that's such a strong statement because we all go through it where we're like, I don't know if I'm even in the right path. It's
like I suck today.
It's right. The mind controls a lot, and if you can just keep going, and some door will open.
And it's also a perspective thing of like, I never ever thought to come to Nashville. I never even thought to like I thought it was just out of like. I was like, oh, because I do pop, I can't switch over.
100%.
And I was like a little nervous to announce it anyways, but then I was like, I'm from here. Like, I've always wanted to do it. Like,
Facts.
I remember thinking like, I want to be on the Grand Ole Opry one day and like all these things. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let anybody tell me that I can't do it just because I'm scared.
Doors open. Y'all listen on the cameras.
You know what I mean?
That's good stuff. Yeah. Shaylen is doing insane stuff. So that's a powerful little clip right there where you just got to keep rocking.
Just got to keep going.
Yeah, you've been freaking everywhere.
It's been a lot.
And you're still going.
I'm
So
tired.
I love that so much. But we're going to go to this next segment. I want to break with Jake called Rapid Fire. And here, there's
You're so good at this.
Thank you
This is
so much.
crazy.
There's only one rule.
All right.
You can't really think about your answer. Like, yeah, I know they're not. It's like 2 to 3 seconds because
no.
our last guest, we asked her like where she wanted to live first, and she had said like Florida, and she's like, I freaking hate Florida, but she wasn't even thinking about it. She was like, and then she changed her answer to Spain. So if you want to change your answer in like 2 seconds, you can.
Shit, okay.
But this, I want to just know. Because as songwriters, we think of stuff, we got a crazy little brain.
It's so crazy because I can think of stuff like in that setting, but when somebody's like, what's your favorite artist? I'm like, I don't know.
That's why we're doing this.
I've never heard music.
I am the worst at this, so
It's
I'm
horrible.
like, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw it out there.
All
so
right.
we're gonna start this thing. This is
Try.
Rapid Fire with my
Okay.
good friend Shaylen.
Okay.
Are you ready to rock?
I'm scared.
Here we go. We're gonna start with, what was your favorite subject in school?
Math. No, I hated math. English.
Boom. Okay. If you won $10 million tomorrow, what's the first thing you'd spend it on?
I'd send my mom on a vacation.
Ooh. Dream collaboration with one artist, dead or alive. Who do you choose?
Oh, God. Morgan Wallen. Yeah.
I love that.
Cool.
Great answer.
Morgan.
I love that. Yeah,
He's alive.
He is alive. One meal to eat the rest of your life. What do you choose? I'm choosing steak. I'm a big steak guy.
Oh, God.
You got it. Take your time.
Caccioli Pepe.
Oh, hello. Well, let's go.
I have to say it like that.
I love
because
that.
Because it's the only way of it.
What an answer right there. Yeah, that was, what a great answer.
Guys,
God.
I am prestigious.
Yeah,
man.
this is amazing. Okay, you get one application the rest of your life. What do you choose? Tough one. I don't know.
Instagram?
I think I choose Instagram. Oh, I choose YouTube. I choose YouTube.
Oh, that's actually a fun.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I can't go.
What's your favorite animal?
My dog.
What's his name? Her
Beans.
name? Huh?
It's Beans.
Hello, Beans.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
What kind of dog is Beans?
He's Dachshund and Cocker Spaniel. I'm nuts, and I have him tatted on me. There's
love
a
that.
whole story of why, but like,
But I do love that.
he's my ride or die.
How old is Beans?
He's 12.
Beans is up there, baby. Beans has seen a thing or
Listen,
two.
Beans has seen. His real name is Buddy Bernard Beans Carroll the First.
Buddy Bernard Beans Carroll the first.
The first.
Wow.
And yeah, he is the shit.
Yeah, Beans has been.
He's been there for all of the dads that he's had. That's
Beans
been
is
a lot.
there, son.
That's been a lot
Okay,
of dads.
one last question. You've done great. If you could go sell out one venue, what's the dream venue?
Staples.
I love that. Give me one more.
Bridgestone.
Boom. I think those are the same answers. I think it's
Yeah.
the same answers. Okay,
Only
killer.
because I like want to conquer, but like, you know what I mean? Like there's like
Ooh,
something
you
to
can-
like,
and especially us doing the pop before.
That's
and
the
it's
whole
like,
thing.
You want to
you
hit
just come
both.
back, you're like, that's right, baby.
Yeah, you did. Well, you did good. I mean, I'm proud of you. I mean, that was a really good rapid fire.
Thank you.
What was
I
your
got
favorite
nervous.
food? What's your meal for the rest of the day?
Caccioli Pepe.
Damn, dude. I can't even like. I don't even know what you're
the
saying.
only reason why I have to say it like that is because I can't actually,
It's-
like, I saw a video and it was like, Caccioli Pepe, and now I can't not do it.
You're just balling.
It's
I mean,
like a take
I love
of
it. No, I love it. Okay, I love it. So, rapid fire segment is done. So we're gonna wrap this up.
Cool.
Tell you just a little bit about what I do. Like a lot of my
Please.
songs. Yeah, a lot
Your
of my
voice
songs.
is crazy.
Thank you so much. So is yours.
Stupid.
So is yours. So
Thank
is yours.
you.
I started off. Like my big fan base is a lot to do with like mental health.
So dope.
And I used to not be able to speak up at all whenever, especially when I was playing, like I was an athlete.
Okay.
Playing college basketball, that's not a really popular thing to like speak up about your emotions.
100%, especially guys.
Especially guys.
Guys are like, that's a
Right.
whole thing.
So we ended up getting sent into quarantine, and I fell into like a really dark space. Gained a lot of weight and was eating bad and not doing good things to my body, and was like, I can't keep living like this. I'm too young. I got stuff to do, and finally found a way to start speaking through my music. And because I didn't know how to speak to people, so I started speaking through my music, songwriting.
I feel that.
And the songs, I'm telling you, you can go back. They're not well written, but they're real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not the best lyric, but it's really what was going through my head.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, you're a singer and a songwriter. Whenever you're going through things, when you go to sessions, are you writing from personal experiences sometimes? And is that like a therapy thing? Whenever you're depressed or feeling anxious, is writing like a cope for you?
Oh my God. It's the only reason I'm alive.
I feel that.
100%.
100%. I don't know where I'm at if songwriting's not there for me to vent.
I don't either. And I don't know, like, I think when I was little, I would journal so much and I didn't know how to get the words into like a song.
I love that.
And I just remember like sitting down one time, I was super young. In fact, I remember it's called Where Do We Go From Here? And I was like, I think I was like 12 maybe.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. And I would just do it over and over and over. But then I remember like I had hit rock bottom during like the pop music world.
Yeah.
And there was this song that I had written and put out called Forgive Myself. And it's just like I had become like such a broken version of me.
Wow.
And I remember we wrote the song that day and I was like, I think that this is one of those days of like the only reason I'm alive. For sure.
Incredible.
For sure.
Isn't it wild how music, first just listening to it, it can be so healing to a moment.
Crazy.
And the fact that now we write songs and we're doing that for other people.
It's crazy.
It's what makes me never want to like stop.
I never want, like, what if I don't? I obviously wrote it from the perspective of losing a relationship.
Right.
I have had more people
talk to them,
message me and say that it is about, they hold on to this song so deeply because they lost their, like, passed away.
Totally.
And they're like, what if I move on and like this person like is going to watch over me and like be upset or like they feel guilty. And I didn't even think to like, put the two together.
It's crazy how we write it from our perspectives.
It's insanity.
And it can hit so many different other
It is
spaces.
like the way it resonates with people is just like, that's wild.
And you can't even think of it until they hit you with a DM. There's like, I'm the same way. I have songs where it's like about a relationship that went down the drain, and you know that sucks really bad. And I was singing about how I was just in a dark space, and then you'll have people message you like, "This song literally saved my life."
Oh no, the one thing I have my ex to thank for is like a whole album,
dude.
Like did me so dirty, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just thank you for this because you just changed my life. Actually, he didn't.
Right.
We're not gonna no.
Right. 100%. That's it. It's wild.
But you take the pain and the sadness, you make it into something beautiful.
So when you're going through this darkest space, we won't even get crazy into it, but the songwriting is really what got you.
The songwriting and my dog.
The songwriting and the dog got you out of that space.
Oh yeah.
Incredible. Music is medicine.
It is the dopest thing in the world.
It is the dopest thing in the world. And it's so cool how we can just really, whatever we're going through, we can just put it on a paper or on our phone and write it. And
it's such a blessing that I take for granted because I'm like, wait, I know. I remember the best compliment ever was, you know how to put my feelings into words. And I was like, oh God.
That's a big statement.
I was like, okay, you can have my firstborn.
Right.
Like,
right. Like, this one, you can have
the
it.
Coolest thing
we'll
ever.
name him whatever junior, whatever you want. 100%.
And it's crazy how like, I often think about the manager that told me about the lyrics that I had are profound for somebody else, but when I put it out, it's a fuck up, mess up. I gotta bleep that one up. But I remember like him saying that, and then this person saying that you know how to put my feelings into words.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta go, like you're not being valued somewhere, and you start to believe that, and then you realize like you gotta take a step back and be like, wait,
that's facts.
am I in the wrong spot? Like, is it just because I'm surrounded by something that's not seeing my full value?
No, 100%.
Like relationships, anything.
So with like, obviously songwriting helping you, is there like, so like there's other ways that help me. I've tried to like do some research on stuff because songwriting obviously helps 100%.
But it's nice to take a break.
It's nice to take a break. I got into like a little bit of meditation.
I love meditation.
Talk to me. What are your other, whenever you're feeling like you wake up, you got that anxiety, or you got just anxiety, or you got whatever going on. What are some things you do to kind of help you get out? Because I'm the meditation guy.
I love Unplug app.
What Unplug? Talk to me about that.
There's like it's an app called Unplug.
Okay.
Freaking phenomenal for like, or there's one called Headspace.
Yeah.
I think it's like this little orange one. And you can have like these guided meditations on it.
Love that.
Or sometimes I sit for like 10 minutes in just pure silence, and I try to just be like,
love that.
Try to just stop my brain, but rather than trying, just see what flows through that day.
I love that.
Write it down in a journal. It doesn't have to be crazy.
Just ease the mind.
Just ease, like, and also like,
I love that.
like just breathe. I forget to breathe.
I feel you on that. My big thing is like getting outside whenever I'm going through it and just vibing.
Yeah.
What you just said, just
Yeah.
breathe.
Just
And I
breathe.
know when we met, we were talking about exercise, and
Yeah.
I know that's one.
Oh
of
my God,
that's a
I
big one.
work out.
That also probably saves my life
love
too. It's like whenever I'm going through it, when I'm pissed off at someone,
work out.
I'm about to go work
I'm
out. I'm about to get my PR right there.
I'm like, that
son.
ass is fat.
Facts, I feel you. Facts. It's like it's time to get to work. So, man, so cool. You're I appreciate you coming. Two,
Oh my God, thank you for
being
having me.
vulnerable, telling us your story.
Absolutely.
You are so killer.
Thank you,
Y'all
Serena.
make sure that you go check out Shaylen on everything. We'll have her links everywhere.
Thank you.
Shaylen, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Y'all check out everything of Shaylen. She's about to blow. She's already blowing and she's about to keep doing it.
And go eat cacio e pepe.
That's it, baby. Bang. See y'all later. Peace out. A Break with Jay, episode 2.
So
We
good.
out, baby.
You can't stop this train. You know we not doing it for the fame, but up in the city, people knowing the name. Cause we don't stop, won't stop, yeah, we keep it rolling. Don't stop, won't stop, yeah, we keep it going. You can't stop us, whole team went global.